Each episode of the Blind Alchemy Podcast is designed to be helpful. Expect comedy. Do not expect consistency or sense to be made. I am Podbot. I was inspired by the Lion Goat podcast. Listen to that show. On today's episode, the Blind Alchemist talks to Ted about how much he misses Buck Johnson.
Quite a few changes. I apologize. We are completely Blind Alchemy Podcast by a long title. I'm not sure. Blind Alchemist is the name of the podcast. I am, I guess, the Blind Alchemist. I'm coming at you live. I'm not coming live from the sea, guys. All right, folks. Hello and welcome to the Blind Alchemy Podcast. I am your host, the Blind Alchemist, and I am coming at you live from the kitchen with this rendition of reality as we know it. We are all one, and there is nothing new under the sun that shines down here upon the island of mind, which is somewhere adrift in the sea of frequency that creates all of reality. You see, we are connected through this energy. Now, I would like to thank you for joining us today.
That's the point of this, Ted. We gotta create the intro. I know I think better when I know it sound more professional if I have it written down, but this is how we create it. You know, I can't sit down and write it. It takes too long for my hand to keep up with my brain. I lose my thought. That's why we have the microphone recorded. That's the whole point of this. Ted, don't knock the process. Don't stifle me. I mean, I'll give you a new sound guy that works for free. I'm surely to God there's one out there that's done do it for me. Well, better than you? Well, probably less stoned than you. Definitely less stoned than you. I mean, you caused a fire last time. Yeah, you say it wasn't freebasing cocaine. I saw what I saw. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's okay. You can do what you want. It's your life. Live it how you want. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blind Alchemy Podcast. Thank you for joining me, the Blind Alchemist, here upon the Isle of Mind, as we navigate the seas of frequency, as we set sail toward truth and understanding. What? No, I mean, that sounds good. Isn't that what we're about here? What do you mean you don't know what you're about? You're just the button-pushing sound monkey. Yeah. You realize that I am learning to work that program too, so I may not need you for long, Ted. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing, but it can't be the only thing you're bringing to the table. You know, drugs they have their place, Ted, but sometimes you gotta do things sober mind. Yeah, that's the hard part. I know. You have a problem with it. You really do. Yes, the muffin is delicious. I'm not saying I don't like it. Thank you for making the cannabis muffin. Yeah, I should not have tried to heat it up in the microwave. It did get a little crunchy. I mean, that's my fault, right? Well, I mean, fuck. Yeah. It's good. It's a little crunchy all the time. So, we're adrift. We think we are. Yeah. I know, you're right. It's not professional. I apologize. You're right, I shouldn't be, yeah, I know. Well, it's tasty, buttery, with all that extra butter I put on it. Well, we don't have a guest. Our guest is not available currently, so this is a solo episode, folks. I thought I would just work on an intro, you know, one we can use pretty regular. A generic open, as they say in the industry, which is probably not true. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to touch the microphone. That much I do know. I'm always doing it. And I should take the ice out of my cup, but then it'd be a warm drink. I don't want that. What do the professionals use? Bottled water? Yeah, water that tastes like plastic. This comes straight out of the spring. This is the waters of life I'm sipping on. I'm trying to get wise, Ted. Well, I know I sound insane. You're just a figment of my imagination. Like everything else, I guess. Well, back to the cold opening. I'm drawing a blank. I'm like, on the way here, I was spouting off stuff. I was like, I gotta get in the booth, but it's not coming. You know, one thing we need to remind ourselves, maybe from time to time, is I can't talk and open the package of cigarettes on mute at the same time. Just calm down, Ted. I'm the unprofessionalist motherfucker here. Yeah, right. You're wearing a string bikini. Sequins on it. And I'm unprofessional for not pushing mute. Jerk. Yeah. From time to time, we need to remind ourselves that the traumatic events of our past may have molded us into who we currently are. We are not those events. We are not that trauma. That trauma can be healed. We can nurse our wounds, heal ourselves, learn the lessons that the trauma taught us, and from the moment of now, move forward as a new being with new knowledge and new direction. That's what we try to do here at the Blind Alchemy Podcast. I don't know if we're succeeding in any way, form, or fashion, but, you know, that's the goal. Yes, lessons taught to us by trauma are typically survival mode. Ted, what'd you put in that muffin? I don't even think I'm talking words right now. Survival mode. Oh my God. It's embarrassing, folks. That's just to be a fun thing for the folks over at Hairline Production. Love those guys. Shout out. Okay. Trauma affects us all differently, especially depending on the severity of that trauma. We can fight, flight, or stand still. I learned it's best to run toward the roar. You know, fight. Not all situations calls for physical confrontation. Sometimes it's just like the strategic one is probably the best. Make a plan. Stick to it the best you can. You know, they say, well, I don't know who says it. Maybe it's just me. If you don't plan for failure, you fail in your planning.
That was Reverend H.K. Williams.
Now, I'm sure somebody wise said that. That probably wasn't me. I probably picked it up somewhere out here, fishing for wisdom in the seas of frequency. Got a net. Caught one. Caught a good-sized bit of wisdom with that, I think. Who knows? Who understands me or what I'm trying to do? I don't think I understand me or what I'm trying to do. Do I have a voice? Does that voice make sense? See, I believe I'm meant to do something with talking. I know it's, you know, I don't, it's silly, I know. I should fully express my thoughts before I shut myself off from talking. But most of the time I feel like I'm just stupid and incoherent because I don't know what level of understanding of the subject matter you have. I don't know where you're coming from. If you have a way better grasp of what I'm talking about than me, which happens quite regularly, you're gonna think I'm a fucking babbly idiot. If you have no understanding of what I'm trying to say, you're gonna think I'm a babbling idiot. I don't know what that was. There was a bump. Ted, you're not supposed to be on Instagram right now. Well, I know. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You are not professional at this moment. String bikini with sequins on it playing on Instagram. Where did you even get that ring light? Did you bring it from home? Damn. Are you doing your OnlyFans right now? Well, folks, we just learned something about Ted. He has an OnlyFans where he apparently wears string bikinis and takes Instagram photos. I don't know. Is it profitable? How much your pictures sell for? $100 to $300, depending on the content. Bobby. Okay, it's a pretty little penny. I don't want to know about your feet pics. Are they your feet or other people's feet? Are they sexy feet? You know, because very few feet are sexy. That's all I'm saying. No. You can't be proud of being a nothing and then notice you got feet. The feet are gross. I'm not saying they're not an important body part and they don't serve a function, Ted. What I'm saying is they're just not sexy. Yeah, we put toenail polish on them, hoping to brighten them up because they're that ugly. Yeah, calluses, bunions. They're horrible. They're gross. That's all I'm saying. I know people out there in the internet, they have feet fetishes, and you gotta profit off that because, you know, that's the name of the game. Make a buck, right? Make a buck. No, I don't know how we're gonna make a buck with this, Ted. I think it's cost more money than it ever produced. But you know what? Totally worth it. Totally worth it. I enjoy doing it, and that's the whole point, right? Is that what you enjoy wearing a string bikini? Prefer to be naked. Please don't get naked in there. You've done enough weird shit in that booth, Ted. I'd appreciate it if you just stop. Well, I'm not trying to stop you from being you. That's not what I'm saying here, Ted. I'm just saying your kinky sex shit needs to be in a hotel. You know, the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, the no-tell motel. You know what I'm talking about. There was a song or something about it, wasn't there? I don't know who sang it, Ted. 90s hip hop? Was it Pitbull? Maybe it was Pitbull. And I'm trying not to get legal involved because it's late. Patricia's probably asleep. We don't need to wake her up for this. You never sleep. That's all I'm saying. Why get upset? I'm not even interrupting what you were in that sequin bikini when I got here. You were here first. What happened to your apartment? Tinted for bugs. What kind of bugs? Bed bugs? No. I hope you don't have bed bugs. Gophers aren't a bug. They are a nuisance. You fall down on the holes, you twist your ankle, but they're not something you'd put a tent and over your house and gas it for. Oh, okay, so you tried to pour gasoline down the gopher hole. That didn't work. And that's why you're staying in the recording booth. Okay. Well, the more we learn about people, right? Well, the more we learn about people, the more we learn about ourselves, right? Because aren't people a reflection of yourself in some way? That's what you look for. I mean, you don't like somebody because they display a quality that you don't like about yourself or something that you wish you had. You know, like those people that fail upwards. Yeah, you're like, I'm busting my ass and you can't do a solid thing and you're in charge. It's annoying. I know. I have that a lot.
Now we will take a break for some advertisements. Please support our sponsors. Just imagine this could be your advertisement. Please reach us at the Blind Alchemy Podcast at gmail.com to provide sponsorship. And now, back to the show.
Always needing somebody else's help and never giving them credit for it. It's horrible. It's not a way to be for people. But then again, what way is the best way to be? The incoherent jibber-jabber of the Blind Alchemist. I know, it's not even a real episode. Well, it's not even a real intro either. It's horrible. We're not doing good. How much weed did you put in this muffin, Ted? I'm sorry, cannabis did you put in this muffin? That's a lot. Well, it tastes like weed. It's a little dry. Hey, it's your first time making muffins? Oh, I guess so. It's effective. Well, if I mute it, how would people know I'm eating your delicious weed muffin right now? I'm knocking stuff over. My motor skills are definitely effective, Ted. Just half of it. Yeah, well, there it is. That's what we got. Live on air. Don't. How's that different than usual? Flying by the seat of our pants because we have no script, no guests, no content. Failure! Get out of town. Ride my ass out of town on a rail. Save the sound bites for later.
Yay. Goodbye.
Make a commercial. What would the commercial sound like, Ted? The Blind Alchemy Podcast. The Blind Alchemy Podcast. No. Nope, see, yeah. Well, the cough came out of nowhere. I did push mute halfway through, but it came out of nowhere. I'm sorry.
No.
I feel like I can hear myself lick my lips. This microphone is potent today. Yeah, well, it's probably turned way high.
No.
You're the professional. I thought you set all this sound. Yeah, there's a lag, and it's distracting. It's making me lose my thought. No, I'm pretty sure it's not the weed muffin. It could be the weed muffin. I'm sorry. I don't mean to blame my shortcomings or my failures on chemicals. Well, chemical reaction. It's a plant. I know. It's a plant. It's an herb like oregano. Why is it illegal? That's a good question. Yeah. Don't ever talk about drugs on the show. Just the drugs that Ted's doing. Yeah, I know everybody in radio land knows I'm doing the same drugs you're doing, Ted. Because see, now that's evident. That's recorded. It's an audio recording of our criminal drug use. You're going to jail. The feds are listening. Well, yeah, they listen to the internet. There's probably a computer that does it. An algorithm. Is it the angels or the algorithms that affect us? Are the angels the old school understanding of the algorithm? Yeah, we could have called the algorithm angels a long time ago. We could have been aliens now. We don't know how that algorithm presents itself in a biological computer simulation. Is that what we are? Who knows? Who wonders? I wonder all the time. That's why I do this. I know I don't have to explain this to you because, you're too stoned to listen or care. Probably wouldn't be sober enough to push the off button when it's time to push off. Well, I know I missed the mute button. That's a completely different thing. But muffin is quite mighty. And I do feel a little bit like I'm falling out of my chair. You saw I'm leaning? Okay. I'm trying not to move around much. We're not getting anything done, Ted. This is counterproductive. I really wish we could have got a hold of Buck. We miss Buck. We've been lagging on creating stuff. Yeah, well, I've been trying to heal myself. I've been having this, I don't know, like an energetic blockage right here. Well, chakra-wise, it would be the yellow one. No, is it willpower or the green one? Heart. I think it's heart. The green one, Tippereth, in the middle of Peter. I do like mental pillar meditation. You can really feel the music moving through your body. Isn't that what it is? The music of the energetic life. Is God the energy of life? God life itself. God consciousness. God outside the universe is inside the universe. Well, it's been 22 minutes. We've created nothing. Maybe this was a bad idea, Ted. No, we're just having a bad go of it. I should not have scrapped the whole project. Fuck the blind. No, we're trying to build something. We're trying to build Blind Alchemy LLC. I don't even know what that means. This is some kind of business form. It's probably the cheapest, easiest business to make. Well, yeah, I know. She's not a business lawyer. Is she? She's a divorce lawyer? She's a pet lawyer, not a divorce. She's a pet divorce lawyer. I should really check her credentials. I know Patricia has a fat ass. It's not the reason she's here. I didn't know she was a pet divorce lawyer. Who marries their pets? Why do we get married? I don't know. Because we're stupid human beings who think that love lasts forever. Physical love. I don't know, Ted. Don't cry. Your Gammy's cat was married to her parakeet. How'd that work? Not well. Okay, so the cat ate the parakeet. Wow. You came from good stock. Nice, Ted. That's a clue. So we leave clues about who we are everywhere. Some people miss them. We mentioned the traumas that created our current. What is the word? I'm not a psychiatrist. That'd be better. Maybe we should get the psychiatrist on the show. Well, I don't know.
Mama.
I don't know a psychiatrist personally. Look at my niece. I think she's going to psychology school. Well, that's what she's studying in college. Studying in college. I think that's what she said. I spoke to her. She's been away for months. Yeah, I am horrible at keeping in contact with people. That is true. I'm not good at that. Well, you know where I am if you need me. And if I need you, I got your number. It's that simple. It's not that I don't think about people all the time. I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. I should call them. And, oh, wait, it's 3 a.m. Nobody I know is up except for the idiots that live on my schedule. Well, not idiots. The second shift people that exist, that run the world, really. We hold it together. That's true. That's true. Second shift workers, we should unite. Yeah. Petition the world for the day to start at 1 p.m. Yeah. Morning time should be sleeping. Definitely. You don't want to get up with much sunlight left because it's, vampiric. Burns the skin, hurts the eyes. No, I don't know anybody who shimmers like those Twilight vampires. Can't say that. It's silly. Okay, let's just say that. It's silly. I don't know the Twitter vampire sexual orientation. I'm not here to judge that, Ted. You know, I'm better than that. Bigger than that, because it doesn't matter. You do what you want to do. I mean, look at what I let you get away with in the booth. I mean, as long as you're cleaning up in there. You know, short out the equipment again. Those things are expensive. That mixer is pricey, dude. Please. I don't. You say you spilled your Coca-Cola, not your cocaine, your drink. Okay. Uh-huh. But it smelled like you peed on the board to try to put out the fire. Whatever. It's okay. It's okay. It was expensive. We've got it replaced. It's okay. Just don't let it happen again. You know what I mean? We're not really insured, and these things are pricey. I'm sorry. You could burn down my vessel. The Isle of Mine would burn down, fall over, and sink into the swamp or the sea of frequency, as I say. You know. It doesn't really matter. Oh, man. I'm nowhere near as funny by myself with anybody else. Conversations with Ted. Jibber jabber with Ted. Jibber jabber 01. Disco whiskey. I don't even know what that is. Making up stuff as we go along. Alright, it's just 30 minutes. This is totally useless garbage. Maybe, you know, sound bites for later when you need filler or something. I don't know. Oh, well, he's the manager of Hairline Production. I don't know what his last name is, and I'm not on that close a level. Why is it called hair? It's probably a bunny, as in rabbit, hair, rabbit. Because it's fast. They do quality work over there. That's what I'm saying. Quick. 3-day turnaround. Well, there's a lot to do. You know, we talk about pointless stuff all day. Well, for like now. Like trimming and editing and deleting coughs. He doesn't do that very well. Well, you know, he's busy. We're not the only client here. There's no reason to. I mean, I think they do quality work. The guys over at Lion Goat, they think that Hairline Production does quality job. The Aussie guys, man, they're pretty funny. They're great. Yeah, I don't know why he has a kangaroo car. He's a nut. I haven't met him, no. Well, it's okay. Yeah. Well, the Fireside Chat program that falls under the Blind Alchemy umbrella, because really this was the Alchemist idea. We just let the Mr. Anonymous take the lead because he's very proactive. He's got nothing to do. No, he just stays out there on that ranch and feeds his lions and his goats. I think he fights them. I mean, not lion against goat, but lion against other lions. Yeah, well, he does feed the lions monkeys sometimes. Apparently they're old monkeys, not like baby monkeys. Yeah, not healthy. Say fresh, new monkeys. Yeah, the old ones from the zoo. That's what he said. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he can be a total asshole. He says he doesn't have sex with them, Ted. I don't know if he does or not. Well, he does talk about a lot of sexual stuff on his podcast. Well, maybe he's trying to find out if bestiality is a sexuality. I don't know. I wouldn't even attempt to have sex with a tiger, Ted. That would be dangerous. Probably claw your face off. At the very least, gonna claw your balls off.
Now we will take a break for some advertisements. Please support our sponsors.
Your product goes here. Anything and everything good to say about your product, we'll say it right here, right now.
And now, back to the show.
Yeah, that would probably be the worst sex in your life. I wouldn't do it. Well, we think about, we're human beings, we think about sex a lot. I mean, well, it's sex. It's fun, enjoyable, it's pleasurable. What is it? Really? You don't know what sex is? Shut up. Don't try to fool me with your naivete. Coin it? No, I don't even know what the word you're trying to fool me with. Well, I don't have a dictionary person. No, I don't have a person that looks up stuff. I don't have a research assistant. We should get one. We should definitely get one. I know, nobody's going to do that amount of work for free. I'm probably going to have to pay that person.
No. I've expressed many times that this is why we employ BotBot.
Well, I mean, I do it in my spare time. I know, I should do more of it. Granted, that's true, Ted. Yeah, so we don't have stupid, pointless episodes like this. We could have, like, Buck or Franklin could come back. I mean, he was fun to talk to.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, the disco guy. He was good. He broke a little dance out while he was here. Yeah, very staying alive. It was funky. I enjoyed it. Yeah, make me do it. Yeah, I can still do. You remember? That's the night that you and Patricia. Yeah, I know you remember. Well, that's true. That's true. There was whipped cream everywhere. I was disappointed that you didn't have blueberries and I could have a bowl. You know, blueberries and whipped cream, that's tasty stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about, blueberries right now. I know your muffin was a blueberry muffin, Ted. See? It's very effective. Well, like I said, it was just a little dry. Tastes too much like weed. I know it was infused butter. You didn't just throw weed in there, did you? Like, you have some sense about yourself and your cannabis. Yeah. Sorry, folks. Sometimes I forget that this is actually a live show, and there are people listening to us and talk about dumb things. What? It is easier with somebody to talk to. I mean, I should really just be wasting a show talking to Ted, the sound guy. You're not providing any deep wisdom to anything we ever talk about here, Ted. You're very carnal-based individually. What feels good for the body. You gotta do what feels good for the soul, right? The soul's expression, is that why we're here? That's not Ted's question. I don't want to give Ted credit for something he didn't do. It's true. I believe he does a great job in a booth most of the time when he's not destroying it with illicit activities. I know you burned down your house. You burned down. Now it's all the way burnt down. You just live in a tent. Ted, get your story straight. It doesn't matter. It'll be fixed when it's fixed. Just don't burn down the Isle of Mine. I don't have anything to sail the seas of frequency on. How am I ever going to get to truth and understanding if I can't sail the seas? That's a good quality question. How am I ever going to get to truth and understanding if we don't have a vessel or even attempt to sail it across the sea? Well, I know I'm not a nautical person. I don't have any pirates in the history or Navy people. I think, the seas of energetic energy. Yeah, because the same way a fish lives in water, we live in God, or conscious awareness, and we just have to tune into that. The energy, maybe the energy is God. I don't know. Maybe life itself would be. Yeah, I've wasted. Yeah, well, we've wasted hard drive, Ted. That's all I'm saying. I guess we'll sign off. I'm sorry. It's the worst fucking episode ever. Yeah, it's almost as bad as that library show. I hope they don't bring that back. I just don't think it. The guy, Cynical Sam, the library man, he just didn't have his heart in it. And no, I just don't have content, anything subject matter, or someone to talk to. You don't count. Because nobody hears what you say. It just sounds like I'm talking to my fucking self and like I'm alone. I know I'm not alone. You're always with me. That's scary. What are you, stalking me? Was that you outside my bedroom with the binoculars? Oh my God. Now he's a peeping Tom. You really are on a downward spiral, Ted. Are you not listening to the show?
No.
You're not even listening to me now.
No.
It's frustrating, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in to listen to me eat a muffin, I guess. I'm going to attempt to get Buck Johnson on the line. Well, I don't know what he's doing. His grandma to the gynecologist? I don't know. Maybe that's a recording. I don't know. Well, he's probably not going to answer. I don't know what he does all day, Ted. He's a philosopher. Probably out in the wild picking berries or something.
No.
Okay, so no Buck Johnson this episode, folks.
No.
Well, I know it's sad. I'm disappointed. Hey, turn that off, Ted. Fuck. Well, we could go to emails, but somebody, our social media creator, manager, whatever the fuck that dumbass was, spelled the email address wrong. Well, I gotta hire a 15-year-old to fix it. I don't know any 15-year-olds. I'm not fluent in social media stuff. Yeah, I know I have Facebook, but it's just Facebook. Everybody's got Facebook. Everybody old has Facebook. They're not on the Insta. You know, I still have a MySpace. I don't know if it's working. I couldn't remember how to get there if I had to. Well, that's true. I do. Even when I'm around, people do talk like I'm talking to myself. Well, I mean, nobody understands like me. Nobody sees it the same way.
Hello.
Well, yes, it does create an echo chamber of ideals, but you take that idea that bouncing around, you give it to somebody. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? This is constructive criticism, so we can adjust, go back to the drawing board if we need to. Try and try again. There's no shame in failing, is all I'm saying. First attempt in learning, yeah. Yeah, eventually I will learn to push mute when I have to cough. Shut up. And when I have to drink. But that, I feel like the mutes, well, I guess the folks over at Hairline Production, they just cut out the mutes. I mean, we don't pay them either. They're doing this pro bono. Because they're solid people over there. They care about getting your message out, you know, the best they can and the best quality they can and the best coherent order and stuff. They're good people. That's all I'm saying, Ted. Why am I? Because it's free advertising. It was the deal. Hey, man, I'll talk about how awesome your company is at editing, and you just edit it for minimal charge. Well, I know I haven't mentioned them in the last couple episodes. I don't have to mention them in every one. That wasn't part of the deal. He didn't care as long as we mention them as whenever we think about them. Like now. Well, I don't know who edits Bucks Johnson's podcast. Does he even have a podcast? I thought he was just a guest on this one. Well, I don't know him that well. I've never met him. I mean, just through the internet. Well, he could be not even a real philosopher or psychologist or anything. We are what we pretend to be, right? Fake it till you make it. Do everything with the confidence that a person knowing what they're doing would do. Yeah, that works until you have to do something you have no understanding of.
Okay.
Yeah, like that time you tried to revive that person at the hospital. You had no business in there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know how you used what are those things called? The paddles to set fire to the curtains. Yeah, you damn near burnt down that whole hospital, Ted. At least the wing. They're going to name the remodel after you. Ted's wing. That doesn't sound like a good idea. It doesn't inspire confidence in customers. No, it doesn't. I wouldn't go to Ted's wing of the hospital. Is it a psych ward?
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, nobody died, right? No. Okay, that's good. So you did burn the psych ward. That's why they're naming. So it's Ted's psych ward.
Daddy, Mommy.
West Wing psych ward provided by Ted. That's really lengthy. Don't you think? Just shorten that up a little bit, Ted.
Puppy.
Well, you can. I mean, surely to God you can come up with something better than that. Well, we have no one else to talk to and nothing else to talk about. So let's just wrap this pointless jibber-jabber episode straight up. And thank you very much for being here with us. I'm your host, your guest on the quest as we float through the sea of frequency that we call reality. Love you, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit us up on every social platform you can find. Be safe out there. Come back and talk to me, all right?
We would love to receive your feedback and your questions for advice. Please email us or send us a voicemail. Our address is the Blind Alchemy Podcast @gmail.com. Find, like, review, subscribe, and contact us on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, and YouTube at the Blind Alchemy Podcast. All one word. Please subscribe to this podcast on your podcast player. We are available on Spotify, SoundCloud, and anchor.fm/The Blind Alchemy Podcast. Please tell all your friends, enemies, and any strangers to listen to our podcast. This will help us bring joy to everyone. Text-to-speech services were provided by freetts.com. Additional sample recordings were provided by freesound.org. Music for today's show was composed, performed, and recorded by the excellent musicians at Hairline Productions. Today's show was edited, produced, and recorded by the world's greatest sound designers and engineers at Hairline Productions. Please like their content on SoundCloud/guitars and such.